CSU community respond to the conflict in Gaza.
Also, a homecoming weekend that broke records. We have the latest.
And a city council candidate forum held at CSU.
All this and more starting now.
Thank you. Last Thursday, 5 Jewish organizations on campus came together to hold a candlelight vigil for Israel in the LSC. The next day, CSU SWANA held a Freedom for Palestine protest down College Avenue. Some of this footage and language may be disturbing to some viewers. Students on campus at the end of last week were met with protesters. And the sound of mourning.
If anyone wants to light, please come forward.
The widespread and ongoing nature of military operations in Israel and Gaza has made an impact almost 7,000 miles away, here in Fort Collins. Chabad, Hillel, Sigma Alpha Epsilon Pi, and Students for Holocaust Awareness and Advisor Council for the Jewish Inclusion at CSU, along with many others gathered in the LSC, to light a candle and speak out about the latest war between Israel and Hamas.
So now it's more important than ever to come as a community. Say in any language you can, I'm a Jew. For those words echo through history, past the ruins of the Egyptians, past the ruins of the Romans, past the ruins of Nazi Germany, and they'll pass this too.
I want to say, and I'm saying it here, condemning Hamas publicly is condemning terrorists, is condemning atrocities that are genocidal. The Jewish people have never experienced something like this after the Nazis. This does not mean that we don't care for Palestinians' rights, that we don't care for Palestinians' life, that we don't think that they need to have their own self-determination, and that we don't care about the loss that currently they're experiencing. We do care very much for them too.
CSU SWANA hosted a peaceful protest, starting at Mulberry and down College Avenue, where people gathered with posters and chanted for freedom for Palestinians.
We're here for the innocent lives that have been killed, for kids 5 years old getting killed. An alum from this campus lost his father.
Free, free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Israel, Israel, you can't hide!
You're committing genocide!
You're committing genocide!
Israel, Israel, what do you say?
Israel, Israel, what do you say?
How many kids did you kill today?
How many kids did you kill today?
We will fight! Red, black, green, white!
Red, black, green, white!
For Palestine, we will fight! For Palestine!
The Israel war effort in Gaza continued today, with more airstrikes as protesters around the world called for an end to the violence. President Biden reiterated his support for Israel in a visit to the region this week and condemned the attacks by Hamas. If you're looking to find a community support at CSU, CSU SWANA will be holding a Palestine processing space this Friday, and Chabad at CSU will be hosting their annual Shabbat dinner also this Friday in the LSC. Back to you guys.
A teenager last seen around Poudre High School on Tuesday has been reported as missing by Fort Collins police. Police say they are looking for 15-year-old Raina Benjamin. She is described as being around 5 feet and about 120 pounds. She was last seen wearing a dark blue hooded sweatshirt with white lettering. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact Detective Dolly Knapp at 970-416-2195.
At least 189 decaying bodies were removed from the Return to Nature funeral home in Penrose, Colorado. Authorities opened an investigation following reports of an odor in early October, as neighbors and businesses reported a foul smell for weeks. Police say the bodies were improperly handled without embalming chemicals or metal caskets. The bodies were found inside a 2,500 square foot building, about the size of a standard one-story home. The county sheriff and coroner said in a joint release earlier this week that all remains were removed last Friday. However, these numbers can change as the investigation continues. The coroner, Randy Keller, said that the investigation is now focusing on identifying the remains and notifying the families with accurate information to prevent adding to their grief. After the break, Adam will give us the weather forecast.
Living with someone you don't know on the other side of the wall is hard, especially if you don't know how to be a good roommate. The first thing that you'll want to do to be a good roommate is make sure that you always stay quiet. Be considerate of others when using common spaces and appliances.
Hey buddy, what you doing?
I'm just gonna need like 40 minutes. Be respectful of your roommate's privacy.
Ugh, my bad.
Finally, make sure that you clean up after yourself. Oh, fresh toothbrush.
Have you seen my toothbrush?
Follow these tips to get along with your roommates and your landlord.
Good evening, Rams. My name is Adam Carlson, and I'm here to give you your weather rundown for the week. The fall colors are in full effect, but the heat of the summer is still bleeding into our fall season. With high 70s, will this keep up, or is it going to be time to enjoy a hot drink with brisk air? Current conditions, it's a nice 69 degrees out, sunny and, well, not sunny, clear skies outside, and a low humidity around 23%. But as we head into our overnight lows, you'll see down that I-25 corridor and in those eastern plains, everything's around the 40s. Denver and Sterling giving us our highs and lows. But as we look at the western slopes, we're going to see Craig at 28, but then Gunnison and Grand Junction giving us the lows of 22 and high of 45. Now, heading into tomorrow, it's going to be sunny and another 84-degree day. I'm sick of it. I hate it. It's so hot out, but at least it's not too humid, 23%, and it's not windy at least. I am a firm wind hater. But hot air has been persevering into fall in Fort Collins, as you can see. High 70 days are no fun when expecting a chilly fall. This year has followed hot summers, and I, for one, am tired. The leaves are great and help campus feel alive, but this fall is not scratching my typical October itch. But I can have some solace in knowing colder weather is coming. Looking at our 5-day forecast, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, hot, high 70s. Ugh, I'm sick of it. Can you tell? But heading into Tuesday, Wednesday, we get that cloudy 60 weather, and it is a relief. And as we head further into that week, we might even get some high 50s. And that brings me to the end of my weather forecast for you all tonight. Despite being someone who tries to enjoy all weather, my hopes have been too hurt too many times this year, and I can't wait for a true fall. Back to you guys.
The Associated Students of Colorado State University is partnering with the Strayer Center for Public Service Leadership hosted a public forum between 6 Fort Collins City Council candidates in the Laurie Student Center on October 12th. The event serves as the latest in CSU's Year of Democracy candidates. Candidates remarked on the current policies of Fort Collins, and provide solutions to important issues to the Fort Collins community, such as housing costs, the U+2 residence policy, student involvement, homelessness, sustainability, and transportation. The general election for Fort Collins will be on November 7th. The ballot will include the mayor and district-specific candidates, as well as 5 ballot issues.
Now that you know what will be on the ballot, you should also know how to vote.
If you want your voice heard, you need to vote, right? That is your voice.
With Election Day coming up, it's important to know what to expect when you go to vote.
With the coordinated election, that's going to happen on November 7th this year, and ballots need to be received no later than 7 p.m. on election day. If you are going to mail it back, I recommend that you get that in the mail before the 30th or no later than the 30th of October.
There are ballot drop-off locations throughout Larimer County, with one right here on campus at the Laurie Student Center.
To make an informed decision, I would also really rely on trusted resources for that information.
If you go to the website vote.larimer.gov, it has all the information you need to know about who and what you are voting for, along with the propositions on the ballot.
There are some state ballot issues on there, Proposition HH and Proposition II. Everyone who is registered to vote would have received a blue book, we call them blue books, in the mail. So that has all the information about those propositions.
Harris also invites anyone to contact her office about any questions or concerns they may have.
I would encourage anyone and everyone to vote because you want your voice heard, especially if there are changes that you would like to see. Get out there and vote.
The ballot drop-off locations has opened this week for early voting.
CSU is known for its involvement in environmental studies. The school also has a recreational outdoor program. CSU's outdoor program has many different options if you like to go and explore outside, such as guided trips, classes, and events each semester. The outdoor program is located in the campus recreation center. You can learn how to rock climb, backpack, ski, and snowboard, or join them for throughout the day hiking, snowshoeing, trail running, or even ice climbing. Once registering for a trip, everything will be provided, such as transportation and equipment. Another thing you can do through the outdoor program is rent equipment for your next trip. On that note, here's Zoe Weir to keep us active with sports updates.
How's it going, Fort Collins? Welcome back to the week of CTV Sports. The CSU volleyball and football team have been doing things, big things, like a 21-point comeback in the last 4 minutes of the game and 3 Rams bringing some awards to campus. Let's jump in. The Rams football team made history. After the huge comeback against the Boise State Broncos, the team is in high spirits and are more than ready to head to Sin City to take on the Rebels of UNLV. This is currently the team to beat. The Rebels are 5-1, with the only loss being against the University of Michigan, a team that is 7-0 and was one of the last teams standing last year. The Rebels have been able to take down Bryant, Vanderbilt, UTEP, Hawaii, and Nevada. Out of all their wins, Vanderbilt has been the only game remotely close. The Rams definitely have a good team in front of them. Coach Norvell stated that it was going to be a big challenge for the team. Thankfully, Colorado State's quarterback has been stepping up for the Rams. The young QB, Braden Fowler-Nicolosi, picked up 4 national honors this week, including the Manning Award, the Davey O'Brien, and the Earl Campbell. The most notable being that he was presented with his 2nd Freshman of the Week from the Mountain West Conference. Hopefully, he's able to keep this up as they take on the Rebels. The Rams have another player on the field bringing the awards in. In fact, a really big one. Defensive end Mo Kamara was named mid-season All-American by CBS Sports. This 5th-year senior has absolutely been blowing the fans away. He leads the nation in sacks with having 9.5 on the season. And let's not forget, we're only halfway through. This team captain was given preseason All-Mountain West before he even got started. All right, let's hop off the field and onto the court. Fowler-Nicolosi wasn't the only Ram to get back-to-back awards from the Mountain West. Junior opposite hitter Malaya Jones has been given the title of Offensive Player of the Week the past 2 weeks. Jones has proven herself over and over. She leads the team with kills with an astonishing number of 262. Jones has gone above and beyond in her last 2 games against Air Force and New Mexico. Jones led the Rams with 35 kills on the weekend, hitting for an average of 4 kills per set. She had a great 5th set versus Air Force as Jones totaled 11 kills in the 5th set alone to bring the Rams past the Falcons 3-2. Jones totaled 22 kills against Air Force and 13 over the Lobos. Clearly, this award was well deserved. Jones and the Rams are playing right now over in Moby, taking on Fresno State. Let's see how's it going. The Rams fell short to the Bulldogs in the first set, losing. They are currently 2-2 in the second set, and the key players so far for the Rams have been, obviously, Malaya Jones, taking 5 kills so far in the first set. Pretty impressive. Emery Herman, who is the setter, always putting up impressive numbers, has 16 assists so far. Fresno State's key players are Addison Haluska and Brooke Cowie. Addison is at 6 kills and Brooke is at 13 assists. Team stats for Fresno State is at 17 digs and 3 blocks, and CSU's team stats are 22 digs and 1 block. And now let's pass it over to Bailey Borkowski, who has an update on the long-anticipated In-N-Out that's opening in Fort Collins. Bailey?
Thank you, Zoe. Now, Northern Colorado has been hearing rumors that a popular California-based burger joint will be opening its doors in East Loveland. And well, the rumors are true. In-N-Out is coming to Northern Colorado. The fast food chain will be located at 1450 Fall River Drive, west of Interstate 25. Construction begins in May, and according to the company, it will take 8 to 9 months to build. While the grand opening day is still up in the air, the company has already began reaching out to the community for job openings. Well, that's all the news we have for you tonight. Make sure to tune in to the Tuesday night sports show for a breakdown of when the Rams take on the Rebels. Stay safe and have a great night.